Today, we'll discuss how you can make your dreams do what you want. So, let's begin now. And welcome to the Lucid Dream Genius. A vivid dream is like a special virtual adventure that doesn't cost anything extra. You don't need an expensive headset. While you're all cozy in bed, your mind can take you to exciting places and introduce you to fascinating characters. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you might even get superpowers like breathing underwater or walking through walls. I mention luck because dreams often seem to be made up randomly. They might be influenced by what happened during the day, but otherwise, it's like waiting to see what your brain comes up with. But it doesn't have to be that way. In lucid dreams, you can actually control what's happening. This gives you lots of options, like practicing for real-life stuff, coming up with new ideas, or just having a ton of fun. For example, on the Lucid Dreaming channel on Reddit, many people love to choose to fly like a bird. One person wrote, "Suddenly, I was flying high in the sky, feeling extremely happy and excited." Another person mentioned flying over the city, the deep blue ocean, and some islands, even avoiding missiles along the way. A lucid dream is a dream where you know you're dreaming, explains Mark Blagrove, a psychology professor at Swansea University in Wales and co-author of The Science and Art of Dreaming. So, you can either watch the dream knowing it's not real, or you can change what's happening in the dream. People use lucid dreaming to practice all kinds of real-life stuff, like musical performances, giving speeches, or getting ready for awkward conversations. You might have had a lucid dream already. Research suggests that about half of us will experience it at least once in our lives, and a quarter of people have them regularly. Whether you've had one or not, there are different methods you can try to have more purposeful lucid dreams. 1. Checking if you're dreaming. The simplest way is to make it a habit to ask yourself if you're awake or in a dream a few times a day. This is called reality testing. The idea is that if you do this regularly when you're awake, it might become a habit in your dreams too, which can help you realize that you're dreaming. A common method, as explained by Blagrove, is to use a bracelet as a reminder. Whenever you see your bracelet during the day, you can ask yourself a question like, "Is this real, or am I dreaming?" This habit can carry over into your dreams. When you ask yourself this question while you're asleep and realize that you're actually in a dream, you can decide whether to just observe the dream or try to change it in some way. Another approach I've heard of is to check from time to time during the day if you can pass the fingers of one hand through the palm of the other, which is obviously impossible in reality. By doing this frequently when you're awake, it's more likely to become a part of your dreaming experience. In a dream, you might find that you can pass your fingers through your hand, and this could trigger a moment of realizing that you're in a dream. 2. Wake up and go back to sleep, WBTB. Here's how it works. You set an alarm clock to wake you up 2 to 3 hours before your usual waking time. This is when you're most likely in the rapid eye movement, sleep phase, which is strongly linked to dreaming. After waking up, you stay awake for about an hour before allowing yourself to fall back asleep. Create a diary of the common symbols or images that you encounter in your dreams, and then focus your intention to have lucid dreams on those images. The WBTB method lines up with what we currently understand about the brain's role in lucid dreaming, even though our knowledge in this area is somewhat limited. Lucid dreams are often linked to increased activity in the front part of the brain, especially during REM sleep. The WBTB approach seems to help you target this brain state, which increases your chances of experiencing lucid dreams. As Blagrove explains, quote, "What happens with this technique is that your sleep occurs later than usual because you woke up earlier, and due to your body's natural rhythm, your brain is more active. Also, you've just had less sleep, so you're more likely to have an intense period of rapid eye movement." End quote. We have a special video about this method. If you're interested, you can find it in the top right corner. 3. Mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, MILD. This method is an extension of the WBTB technique. It also involves setting an alarm to wake you up a few hours before your usual wake-up time. In fact, experts suggest combining WBTB with MILD to make it work effectively, otherwise, you might just end up having a restless night. At its core, the MILD technique means waking yourself up near the end of your usual sleep and consciously intending to have a lucid dream when you go back to sleep. It's a bit like suggesting it to yourself, as explained by Blagrove. Some experts recommend repeating a phrase to yourself, like, "The next time I dream, I'll remember that I'm dreaming." A more complex version of this method involves keeping a diary of common symbols or images from your dreams and then focusing your intention to have a lucid dream around those symbols. For example, if you often dream of flying cows, you might tell yourself before going back to sleep, When I see a flying cow, I'll know I'm in a dream. Ehrlicher explains it as combining these dream symbols with the idea of I'll know I'm dreaming when I see this. We also have a special video about this method. If you're interested, you can find it in the top right corner. 4. The senses-initiated Lucid Dream Technique. This method was introduced by a blogger and a big fan of lucid dreaming named Cosmi's Iron, more than 10 years ago, and it's now sometimes mentioned in the scientific literature about lucid dreaming. Although it has only been studied once, the results look promising. Similar to WBTB and MILD, the idea is to set an alarm to wake you up a few hours before your usual waking time. After you wake up, you close your eyes and quickly go through your senses a few times. First, you focus on what you might see, even with your eyes closed, then what sounds you hear, and then you pay attention to how your body feels. After doing this quickly a few times, you repeat the cycle more slowly. Once you've finished the slow cycles through your senses, you allow yourself to go back to sleep. It's suggested that this makes it much more likely for you to have a lucid dream. If you want to read the detailed instructions, I'll provide a link to the article in the description box. 5. Enhanced lucid dreaming. This is one of the more ambitious methods we'll discuss. If you have a bedtime partner, you might need their help. Here's the basic idea. During the day, you spend a few minutes thinking about your thoughts, sensations, and how aware you are, a bit like reality testing, all while exposing yourself to specific sights or sounds like a red flashing light or an electronic beeping noise. You're training yourself to be self-aware when you encounter these cues. Then, when you're in the rapid eye movement, REM, stage of sleep, you need a way to experience these cues again. The goal is that this will make you think about your state of mind and surroundings, without fully waking you up, leading to a lucid dream. This is where your helpful partner comes into play. They can watch your eyes move under your closed eyelids to figure out when you're in REM sleep. Then, they can flash the red light or play the electronic sound. Alternatively, you can purchase a special lucid dreaming mask that detects your REM sleep and triggers the light and sound. Blagrove explains, the idea is that these sounds and visual cues become part of the dream. You're not exactly sure how they'll be integrated. It could be a red object in the dream, or the entire scene might turn red, or the electronic tune might become part of the dream. But the goal is to make you question, am I asleep? So, there you have it, a few different ways to begin having more influence over your dreams. You might even use your dreams to prepare for things you'll do when you're awake. As you begin, remember that being aware in your dreams doesn't have to be all or nothing. A recent survey discovered that having control over your dream actions is more usual than having complete control over the dream world around you. The same study found that having more lucid dreams more often was linked to having better control in dreams, suggesting that practice improves your skills. Being more aware during the day could also be helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. Have a good sleep and see you in the next video.